Broadcast warning. The following transmission, designated The Testimony of Purity Adjutant Hessa Raln, is released under reluctant sanction by Departmento Vox-Communicatus Subsector Delta-9 and the Ministry of Imaginary Items. Citizens are advised that this record concerns the dismantling of the Saints' Resonator and therefore contains references to prohibited theology, unsafe harmonics, and minor transcendence. While the incident has been declared contained, containment remains a theoretical state pending confirmation from those who survived. Exposure to this broadcast may result in temporary enlightenment in the form of tinnitus, involuntary synchronization of heartbeat with the machine's memory, emotional attachment to vibrating objects, mild faith-based liquefaction, unscheduled empathy towards metal surfaces, particularly warm ones. Listeners are reminded that any humming you hear during playback is normal. Any humming that continues after playback is also normal, but you should report it anyway. Attempts to sing along with the recording are strictly forbidden, as harmony implies consent. Should you experience understanding, you are to proceed directly to your nearest purity chamber for deconstruction, spiritual or otherwise. Please note that Purity Adjutant Raln's observations are not to be replicated, imitated, or admired. They are to be respected only as a cautionary hymn on the dangers of enthusiastic demolition. This testimony has been linguistically sterilized, theologically neutralized, and mostly neurologically amputated. If you hear screaming regardless, congratulations, you have been noticed. By continuing this broadcast, you waive your right to disbelief.
They told us to call it a Saints' Resonator. Like that made it holy. Like the machine didn't sing back. When we arrived, the air was already trembling. The walls flexed in time with the sound. Metal breathing. Stone pulsing. The hymn wasn't coming from the speakers anymore. It was coming from everything. Every bolt, every plate, every living thing that had ever touched the floor was humming the same note. We wore masks and purity seals, but it didn't matter. The vibration got inside. It wasn't sound, it was instruction down in the marrow, a whisper in the cells. I felt my teeth grinding in time with it, like they were learning a new prayer. Sergeant Core was the first to try cutting power. He swung the blade through a cable as thick as his arm. A thick, viscous light, like melted gold, sprayed across his faceplate. He screamed, and the scream matched pitch. For a few seconds, he was part of the song. Then he was gone. No explosion, no body, just a smear of tone hanging in the air, vibrating too fast to be real. We pressed on, of course. Orders are sacred, and disobedience is unsound. Every step closer, the machinery changed. Pipes had grown ribbed, not like metal, but like windpipes. The panels pulsed, their seams slick with condensation. Somewhere a voice was counting, not numbers, but us. When we reached the heart of it, the so-called resonator, I saw what it really was. A lattice of bone and wire turning slowly, wetly. The hymn emanated from the holes in it, like wind through a skull. And inside, you could just make out shapes. People, I think. Or what was left when faith and flesh had finished negotiating. We planted the charges anyway. It felt wrong to be so loud in a place already full of noise. When the detonator clicked, the song stuttered. It sounded almost surprised. The light came next, bright, colourless, pure pressure. I remember the sensation of being unfolded. My armour peeled open, and so did I, every atom straining to sing a different note, then silence. When I woke, I was in the ruins. The others were gone. No bodies, no ash, just outlines where their shadows had burned into the metal. The walls were still breathing, slower now, gentle, like after prayer. I tried to stand. My legs didn't quite remember how. When I leaned on the floor, it flexed under my palm. It felt grateful. They say we destroyed the resonator, that the saint is silent, but when I sleep, my pulse finds the rhythm again. It's waiting, deep in the foundations, just below hearing, and sometimes when I breathe in, I swear the air breathes back.
Recorded under duress, transcribed posthumously. Host Servitor 241 was played by Richard Roberts. Hessa Raln was played by Mike Garrett. Vox Sanctum Gloriana is an Evil Lighthouse production.